Hello again, just another video. I'll show you how I make meatballs. Kind of a classic way. You can modify this, of course, like meatloaf or anything else. You can put whatever you want in it that you like, which, as I always say, that's the point. If you like it, you make it the way you want. But no nonsense, no messing around. As usual, fast forward boring parts. So I'm not going to subject you to forever watching me cut meat or anything like that. But basically, pound and a quarter ground beef. I try to get the 80-20 for a little bit of fat in it. Pound or more. This is pork shoulder, same as Boston butt roast. This is just cut up different, country style ribs, boneless. My local store sells them like this. They're stripped. I'm just going to cut these in chunks and grind them up. Point being, just, basically equal parts beef and pork. I think it tastes better that way. You can use straight beef if you want. You can use just straight pork and do a sausage meatball if you want. That works good too, but this is the way I like to do it. But, food processor. Like I said, we'll cut the meat up in chunks. We'll use the chopper blade. We'll just turn it into ground pork right here. No reason to pay the extra money to do that. Get some fresh chopped oregano, fresh chopped basil, garlic cloves, which I put through the garlic press, or ricer, some people call it. Again, you can run your garlic knife, dice it, use garlic powder, like that. You can use, here we go, minced garlic in the jar. Body is great stuff. It's about $6 a jar, but it lasts a long time. Again, you just season it to taste. I put about 2 tablespoons of garlic in, about a tablespoon per pound of meat. I'm also going to put some salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Maybe a little bit of white pepper. Again, it's up to you, however you want to do it. Only thing I'm going to add for sure, I'm going to put about 3 eggs in this because I like my meatballs to be a little lighter. I don't like them super heavy. You can also put breadcrumbs in if you want to. I'm not going to bother this time because I don't happen to have the breadcrumbs. I'm not going through that. Just whipping this up for dinner for tonight. Just make it easy. So, going to get cutting here. And please excuse once again the designer ripped shirt. Still partly frozen, but that's not a big deal. Other thing to look for, especially if you're going to use the pork shoulder, this fat here is good stuff to use, but sometimes there's going to be a skin on it, and that can get tough. There can also be little cartilage joints, like wherever you see this white, you want to feel it a little bit. If there's anything really hard there, you want to cut that out, because that's going to not grind up too well. Not too bad. Onto it. See, right here. See how it's a little shiny? It's almost iridescent. There's a skin right there. And that's not going to cut up too well. So I just get my little paring knife. And slide it in between the meat and the skin. Try to get it loose. This one's not cooperating too well. There we go. Don't worry about the little bit of meat you lose. It's not a big deal. Yeah, see, this stuff that's tough. You do not want that in there. Back cooking. Okay. Go. Get a little out of here. It's complaining that it can't cut it up. Bit much. Ah! There's a nice chunk. Okay. See if that helps. Got it. Very nice. Put that in the bowl. Big a mess. There we go. It's the only thing I don't like about this. The only thing I don't like about food processors. It can be a bit messy. But, oh well. Never made any good food without cracking a few eggs or making a mess. Very nice. Now, hang on. Just so you can see it. See, that's what it looks like when you're done. It's nice and soft. meat out of there. And for you vegetarians, I don't know why you tuned in, but hey, sorry, some of us eat meat. It's just the way it goes. Don't like getting into personal politics. And again, just give everything a hot water cleanup. I do not have a dishwasher. I wash all my stuff by hand, so it helps. See if we can do something with this. Maybe that'll work a little better. I don't know. There you go. Ground pork. Looks like that. Let's see. A little less than a tablespoon of salt. About yay. Yes, you can see it's all scientific. And the black pepper. There we go. That'll do. And for the fun of it, what the heck, get a little white pepper. Just throw a little in here. 1/4 teaspoon. Simple as that. You know, I just had an idea. If you actually put A1 sauce in here, or Worcestershire, and paprika, you can actually make steak meatballs. You gotta try that sometime. Never thought of that. Grab your ground beef. There we go. I just like to go ahead and break it up some to start with. It's a little easier to mix later. Because I do like to mix this very thoroughly. I like to make sure everything's all mixed through it. Okay. Eggs. Let me get my hands washed. Do not want to cross-contaminate anything. That's why you keep hearing me running the water between each thing I do. I wash my hands. Nothing's worth food poisoning. Trust me, I've had it. It's not fun at all. Let's see. Here we go. Large eggs. 3. Yeah, 3 will work. I like to use 1 egg per pound usually. These packages were like £1.25, £1.50, so 3 eggs. Go. All right. Here we go. Looks like that. I'm just going to get in here with my fingers and break up the yolks and then start mixing. Yes, you can use gloves to do this. I don't, because again, keep my hands clean. But just keep mixing until everything's all well blended. You'll actually feel the meat start to tighten up. This started out awful wet, which can be worrying, but just keep working it. I just grab it and turn it over and push it on itself. Basically just, kind of knead it in a bowl. You don't have to like this with your fingers, I guess that's a technical term. But it's just, look, see, tightened right up. Now next, some cooking instructions, stand by. Okie doke. Next thing, I'm gonna pick these up. I do like to do them about 1 ouncer because you gotta remember, everybody's thinking, oh, you gotta make a really big meatball. But if you make them 2 ounce, and just 2 meatballs is 4 ounce, that's a quarter pound of meat, pre-cooked. It's going to be a little bit less after you cook it, but man, you can't eat too many. And you'll have fewer of them. So I like to make them like about 1 ounce. Spread it around. Again, 3 pounds of meat. We're talking 16, 32, 48 meatballs, maybe 50. So I just grab a nice big baking pan, line it with foil, throw a little Pam or whatever store brand nonstick spray you want. Trust me, it will save you a headache later when you cook these. I usually bake them the traditional way to do that. Cast iron pan and olive oil. And you gotta put it on about medium heat. And again, you just kind of brown them off one side and just kind of flip them over. I just put them in the oven and bake them. I only have one side with a really crispy brown on it. Again, personal taste, it's up to you. But I've got that. Oh, by the way, a regular fry pan will work for that too. You don't need to have a cast iron, but cast iron's the best, of course. Gives it a little bit better flavor and caramelization. So, there you go. And when you get these done, cook them off 375, at least 20 minutes. You just want to see a little bit of brown forming on the top, maybe. Or you can reach in there with a fork and just kind of, flip one over and look at the bottom. If you got a nice caramelized bottom, it's not black yet, should be perfect. This, roll them 1 inch, 1 ounce. They're fairly small, so they'll cook through the middle. You don't have to worry about the middle being raw. Bigger meatballs, it's a bit of a problem. That's the other reason I don't do the bigger meatballs, because you never can quite be sure that middle's cooked. And if you're going to use the pork beef blend like this, you don't want undercooked pork. That can lead to salmonella and all kinds of other problems. You do not want that. Again, food poisoning is no fun. Food should be fun. Food should be what you want. So, I'm going to roll these out, get this covered up, and that'll be almost the end of it. There you go. Get you steady. I just pinch some off. About like that. Just form it up like this a little bit and just roll it in your palms. You do not have to put a lot of pressure on these. And it doesn't take very long to roll them either. One more. About like that. Watch. Boom, boom, boom. Roll, roll, roll. That's about it. You can keep going if you want to really get a skin on the outside. Put them down on the sheet easy. Don't throw them down because you'll get a flat bottom on them. They'll flatten out a little bit anyway. But you don't want to help it. There you go. 5 by 8. Or 8 and 5. Yeah, 40 meatballs. So there's actually a bit more than 3 pounds in there. But there you go. I'm just going to put some plastic wrap over this. Slide them in the fridge. Cook them later when I'm ready for them. Last significant thing. When you cook these, cook them to the doneness you want, of course. Like I said, it's about 375, about 20 minutes or so. These do not take long. 25, probably for sure they're done. You pull them out, let them sit for at least 10 or 15 minutes, let them set up. They'll actually taste better than if you serve them right away. Also, the next day, these seem to actually get better as time goes by. So if you can actually make this up the day before, even just the meat mix, but without making them into meatballs like this, just the mix, put it in a container, let it sit overnight in your fridge, let all those flavors kind of blend together. That's the key to great meatballs, great hamburger meat, great meatloaf, great pizza sauce, lots of other things. Especially if you're using the fresh herbs like I do, fresh garlic. It gives it time to kind of mature in there, and it's so much better. They're damn good day you make them, but hey, if you can afford to sit them overnight, do it. Just a little planning. There you go. Homemade meatball. Hope it helps somebody. Got an opinion? Let me know. Drop a comment. See you next time.